Hi there, welcome to another video from the Vickers MG Collection and Research Association. This time we're going to take a look at a few of the feed blocks of the Vickers machine gun, picking up on a few questions that we've had recently on our Facebook group about the different sized thumb apertures for the top pulls. So what we've got here is 5 different feed blocks from the collection. All showing different variations or different iterations of that top pulls gap. Now the earliest we've got here, this is the sort of first pattern, and what you've got is this smaller aperture here that you can just fit a thumb in, and you can operate those 2 top pulls. But as you can see on my dirty fingernailed thumb, you don't have much room. So so if you've got a gloved hand and stuff like that, this is the way of getting an ammunition belt between that bottom pull there and that top. That's how you release an ammunition belt from the feed block. So a part-filled ammunition belt to be moved has to have the top pulls depressed and the bottom as well. So until you can lift those pulls up and those the bottom pulls downwards, that ammunition bolt isn't coming out. So you need this hole has to be quite accessible. This is from the earliest of the guns. So this is how the Vickers was originally produced, from 1912, estimated to around 1916, certainly at the Erith Works, and these are in steel. So this is the oldest type of Vickers machine gun feed block, and the steel feed blocks are certainly scarcer than the brass, and having these with this small aperture is quite desirable on the early guns. But what they did was to make sure that you could use a gloved thumb, a gloved hand, to release that and to give it some more accessibility. They milled it out. And so it's been cut out here. You can see the difference in the two quite easily. You've got this larger opening here so that you can access those feed block pulls a lot more easily. So this is what it's unclear at the moment from the research we have available as to whether this was factory done or whether it was returned to armourers to be done. We haven't found any record of that at the moment, or if we have, it's certainly not something I can recall. This larger aperture is made to access those top pulls that a little bit easier. And again, this is on a steel feed block, and look, you can see this is quite a late AL series gun. Only 10,000 or 9,999 AL series guns would have been made, so this is one of those later guns. But what we have also seen, and this is one we had in the collection a while ago now. You can see it's in sort of relic condition, and somebody has attempted to remove the relic components. But the feed block itself is gunmetal or brass, and it has so there's a few bits missing on it. It needs sort of a restoration. But you can see that it has this small aperture, the same as the steel one there. And until I saw this, I wasn't aware that the gunmetal feed blocks ever were made in the small aperture. And you can just see the C there of Crayford. So this is from the Crayford Works. Underneath here is VSM as well. You can't see that through the paint, but we've got a number of other feed blocks with the same stamping, and I'll show you another in a minute. So you've got VSC, VSM and C for Crayford there, and you can just see C783C. Now the interesting thing is, I believe that relates to a gun serial number 783. I'm not sure of the prefix, probably C, but not because of this C at the end of it. This is where items were marked ABC in the Maxim style. So you see this on German MG08s quite a lot, but I have seen it on different components as well. So you had the A component in the gun, and B and C components were the spares. So I think this is one of the spares. This is the second spare feed block provided with the guns, and marked up 783C. That may be completely wrong. It may be C783. They just put the C the other place. But it's something that you see on earlier Maxims, and you see on some components as well. So yes, we have this small aperture on here. Now what we normally see is this large aperture straight away. And this is a Second World War produced feedblock. S26 is Climax Rock Drill, if I remember it rightly. Climax Rock Drill Company. You may have seen our video on crank handles, and they were all S26, I think. So this is a Second World War produced one when you have this being made from, you know, straight off. And all of the Australian ones we've seen MA marked always have this large aperture. But what this one is if you can see it, can you just see the stamping there? You've got C, VS, and then the M is actually has been obliterated. So we've got two possible scenarios here. One, it's been milled out afterwards and is a conversion from this. The second possible, and we've got some more of these in the collection as well. The second possible thing is they were just using the same stamping in the same place. So they didn't try and move the stamp. They've just got the bit of the M missing as a result. So you've got C over the VSM for Crayford. So this is a brass Crayford feedblock, exactly the same as that. Yet to be determined as to whether it's a converted or milled back. There's no sort of evidence to show, and it's obviously it's covered with paint, but there's sort of no evidence to show whether this was particularly whether it's a different variant or not, because it looks exactly the same as what we know to have been a factory made example in my right hand here. So yeah, not really clear, but I just thought I'd go through those. There's no again, we don't know exactly when this changed. We don't know what the instructions were. Hopefully we'll find those one day. Maybe it'll be in the list of changes, maybe it'll be in one of the manufacturer's notations. Registered design changes are something we have come across, so we'll have to go through all those. We have a few in the archive already, but it's all about time. This wasn't a priority to look at until it came up in discussion. But I hope that video has been of interest to you. Please do consider supporting us on Patreon, as it means we can spend more time doing this kind of thing, answering questions, looking at archives, finding more material that we can share with you as well. It's not expensive to do so. Anything from £3 or $3 a month, including taxes and things like that. So, it really helps the association work. But what we are looking to do is build sort of this reference collection of anything different, of spares and spare parts, and share that. So we're going to take some high resolution photos of these and get them added to the website as well. So hopefully you'll be able to check back on the website, have some nice studio shots of these variances, where we can explain it a little bit more over time. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like and share the video and subscribe to the channel. Please support us on Patreon if you're able to, and let us know of anything you'd like to see in the future. I look forward to hearing from you.